What's good? It's your boy Mixtape Moth, and today I'm gonna hit y'all with my thoughts on the new Boldy James, The Price of Tea in China Deluxe Edition. Let's get to it. In February of this year, Boldy and the Alchemist had released The Price of Tea in China. It was very well received and considered to be one of the top hip hop releases of 2020 so far. I already reviewed it on this channel, so be sure to check that out if you haven't. Therefore, I'm not going to review the whole thing again, but I will tell you that I gave it a 4.2 out of 5. It's probably my third or fourth favorite album at this midway point. Pray for Paris and Alfredo are currently in my top two. So for this deluxe edition, Boldy decided to add 4 new tracks. That brings the original 39 minutes worth of music up to 51. So it's still under an hour in total runtime. I feel he could have added more songs, but I am enjoying the 4 that he did tack on. So with that being said, let me go ahead and break down these 4 new joints. Right off the bat, the instrumental on Pots and Pans is a noticeable change in pace from the sounds on the first release. This is giving me almost a numbers on the boards vibe, like I'm just waiting for Pusha T to come in and crush it. The beat is very lively and unorthodox. There's almost a 70s marching band feel to it as well. This features the Cool Kids, who Boldy has a history with since the early days in Detroit before linking with the Alchemist. So I think their addition to this project may have lightened the darker mood somewhat, as they aren't as street or as hardcore as Boldy. They are in a different lane rap-wise. So I think this song offered more variety or put a little bit of flavor into the sonic palette. On Belvedere, Boldy is really painting a visual over some faint and drumless production. The beat is somber, atmospheric, and slightly haunting. It's subtle production, so it forces Boldy to become the focus, and he definitely comes through with some very descriptive street narratives. He talks about how the judge threw the book at his young dude, but he couldn't even read. One line that really stood out to me was "Nickel 9 on me. I call that a souvenir for Royce." I like this record. His stories of the struggle and street life are very vivid. This one kind of has a phone bill vibe. The tempo picks back up on Bernadine's, which by far has the best beat out of all these 4 tracks. This one feels like an eerie banger, something similar to Giant Slide or perhaps Slow Roll. I like when the Alchemist experiments with more of a modern sound. The drum patterns here are slightly trappish. Plus, I dig the keyboards, which give it a psychedelic quality. But basically, he's giving us some more streetwise philosophy. He's talking about things that he's learned as a result of being in the game so long. He talks about trapping with his auntie and uncle, and he mentions being an honor student from the University of Crime School. There's also a nod to Hove's Reasonable Doubt album, where he repurposes Jay's classic line, "Murder is a tough thing to digest, it's a slow process." This track shows why Boldy is one of rap's most elite street poets. The way he breaks down the criminal side of things is so specific and detailed that I think Jay, Raekwon, and Nas would all be proud. And then we get the closing track, Don Flamingo, featuring Griselda affiliate El Camino. I thought this was great to see El Camino secure a spot on the track list since he's been putting in work for a minute now. He's got such a grimy New York flow that he could say the simplest shit and it would still sound hard. The production here sounds like it could have belonged on Freddie Gibbs's Alfredo. The electric guitar riffs almost feel like a spinoff of the track 1985. This is yet again another one of those tracks where Boldy snaps. I put this verse on the level of Claiborne Kick or the most recent feature he had on Fly God is an Awesome God 2. It showcases Boldy in his prime lyrically. The whole verse is basically a quotable, but I really dug Never received a medal, but my honor was congressional. Live from the confessional. Let Auntie test the blow. Gave her credit. She cleared her debit. Then brought me 7 mo. So yeah, I enjoyed all 4 songs. I liked the more spontaneous production on Pots and Pans, which added more variety to the beats, and his lyrical performance on Belvedere, Bernadines, and Don Flamingo was definitely top notch. I don't think I'm alone in wishing he would have added more tracks, but at the end of the day, less can be more, and I feel it worked in his favor here because it keeps you, as the listener, fiending for more product of that audio dope. In my opinion, too many of the recent deluxe editions have been way too overdone and monotonous to get through. So this was a smart move on Boldy and Alchemist's part in just adding 4 songs. Let me know what you thought of this deluxe edition in the comment section below. What should I check out next? It's your boy, Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out, but be sure to hit that like button and please subscribe. As always, it's peace and blessings. Boldy James, The Alchemist, The Price of Tea in China, Deluxe Edition 1.